In recent years, a quiet crisis has unfolded within the heart of many American households. And what's this quiet crisis, you may ask? The increasing cost of groceries. According to CNBC, since the onset of the pandemic, food prices have surged by a staggering 25%. This is not merely a statistic, but a tangible burden felt by many Americans. My name is Praise Emmanuel, and in today's video, I want you all to join me as we explore some factors that are driving this unprecedented price hike and its implications for the nation's economy and its families. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos on personal finance and economics. While reviewing his Walmart purchase history, a TikToker by the name of Sewer Lid discovered an order from 2022 that included 45 items. All these items had a total of $126.67. And this was enough groceries to last him an entire month. Fast forward to 2024, he noticed the reorder button in the Walmart app and decided to reorder the exact same items. The new total? A staggering $414.39. This represents a price increase of approximately 227%, making the 2024 cost about 3.27 times higher than it was just 2 years ago. But this isn't just an isolated issue. It's a challenge faced by many Americans. In a survey conducted by Credit Karma, nearly a third of respondents reported spending more than 60% of their monthly income on essential expenses like groceries, bills, and rent. To make matters worse, some consumers have had to sacrifice necessities to afford food, with more than a quarter saying they occasionally skip meals due to rising grocery costs. So what exactly is going on? What's the reason for these increases in grocery prices? This brings us to our first point: supply chain disruptions. Remember when we couldn't find toilet paper anywhere? Well, that was just the beginning. The COVID-19 pandemic acted as a catalyst, exposing vulnerabilities in global supply chains. When lockdowns were implemented, production facilities were forced to close, and transportation routes were disrupted. Ports became congested, and shipping delays became common. As the world began to reopen, the surge in consumer demand clashed with these lingering supply chain issues. Producers struggled to restock shelves, leading to shortages of various products. This imbalance between supply and demand inevitably pushed prices higher. But the challenges didn't end there. Just as the world was grappling with the aftermath of the pandemic, the conflict between Ukraine and Russia added another layer of disruption to global markets. Before the conflict, Ukraine was a major player in the global wheat market, being the fifth largest exporter and supplying nearly 10% of the world's wheat. With the conflict, the supply chain was thrown into chaos. Ports were blocked and exports halted, leading to a surge in global wheat prices. The situation remains volatile, with prices hitting historic highs as markets struggle to stabilize. All of this creates a complex and challenging situation for our grocery store. They're constantly grappling with shortages, which inevitably leads to higher prices for consumers. It's like trying to plug holes in a leaking dam. Just as one issue is resolved, another one arises. You might be wondering, how does this impact me directly? Well, the next time you're at the store and can't find your favorite cereal or notice that milk costs significantly more, you will understand why. These supply chain disruptions are affecting us all at the checkout. But here's the real issue. It's not just one or two factors at play. The entire system is interconnected. When the cost of wheat rises, it doesn't just impact the price of bread. It also affects the cost of livestock feed, which in turn drives up the prices of meat and dairy. It's a domino effect that touches nearly every item in your shopping cart. And it's not just limited to food. Grocery stores also stock household items, personal care products, and more, all of which are impacted by supply chain disruptions in their own ways. Let's take a closer look at meat, for example. During the pandemic, many meat processing plants were forced to shut down due to COVID outbreaks, creating a major bottleneck in the supply chain. Farmers had livestock ready for market, but no facilities to process them. Meanwhile, demand for meat surged as more people cooked at home. To compound the issue, just 4 companies control between 55 to 85% of the US beef, pork, and poultry markets. When these major players experience disruptions, it sends shockwaves throughout the entire industry. You might ask, why haven't things returned to normal yet? The reality is, these disruptions have created a snowball effect. Each problem amplifies the next, making them increasingly difficult to resolve. Moreover, consumer behavior has changed. We're buying differently now than when we did before the pandemic, making it challenging for producers and retailers to accurately predict demand and adjust their supply chains accordingly. Number 2, we have nature's price tag. Think about the last time you bought beef for a barbecue or picked up some orange juice for breakfast. Did the prices catch you off guard? There's a reason for that. Since 2020, the number of cows raised for beef consumption has steadily decreased, reaching its lowest level since 1971. This reduction is largely due to severe drought conditions limiting grazing pastures, making it difficult for farmers to sustain their herds and resulting in significantly higher beef prices. You might be asking, how does a drought impact the beef I'm grilling? Well, when water is scarce, there's less grass for cattle to graze on. This forces ranchers to either spend more on feed or reduce their herds. Both scenarios lead to a smaller beef supply and higher prices at the checkout. But it's not just beef. Remember that orange juice I mentioned? In 2022, Hurricane Ian devastated Florida, destroying over $400 million worth of citrus crops. This significant hit to domestic citrus production is why these bottles of orange juice, along with other citrus products, have become more expensive. And let's not overlook our fruits and vegetables. California, often referred to as America's fruit and vegetable basket, has been grappling with severe droughts. When California's farms struggle, the impact is felt nationwide in the produce aisles. Smaller harvests lead to higher prices on everything from almonds to zucchini. This issue extends beyond the US as well. Droughts in Mexico have disrupted sugar imports, driving up the cost of sweet treats and beverages. So the next time you notice a price hike on your favorite soda or candy, climate change is partly to blame. You might wonder, how does this all affect me directly? Let's break it down. These climate events and agricultural challenges are having a direct impact on what you see and what you pay in every aisle of the grocery store. The drought-induced beef shortage is why your steaks are pricier. Hurricane-battered citrus crops explain the rising cost of your morning orange juice. And those California droughts, they're behind the soaring prices in the produce section. Now, one thing that's really been impacting your wallet is corporate profits. You might be wondering, what do big companies' profits have to do with my grocery bill? Well, as it turns out, quite a lot. We've all noticed prices rising, but here's the surprising part. Many companies aren't just raising their prices to cover their costs. They're increasing them far beyond what's necessary and pocketing the difference. Let's consider some real examples. PepsiCo, the giant behind your favorite chips and sodas, saw their net income soar by 17%. That's a substantial increase in profits. And Tyson Foods, they're not just breaking even, they're expanding their profit margins, which means they're making more money per product than before. But here's where it gets truly troubling. While these companies are raking in record profits, everyday people are struggling. Consider this. 28% of Americans have had to sacrifice other necessities like rent or bills just to afford groceries. That's more than 1 in 4 people facing tough choices between food and a roof over their heads. It's a stark and unfair reality. This phenomenon has even earned a name: greedflation. It's when companies use inflation as a cover to boost their profits far beyond what's necessary. And this isn't just an isolated issue. Corporate profits accounted for a staggering 53% of inflation in 2023. That's more than half of the inflation being driven by profit taking. You might think, why not just switch to different brands? But here's the problem. In many industries, especially food and groceries, a few big companies dominate the market. Take the soda industry for example. The top 3 companies control about 90% of sales. With that level of market dominance, they can set prices as they please. The meat industry is another prime example. Just 4 companies control between 55 to 85% of the US beef, pork, and poultry markets. That's a lot of power concentrated in very few hands. When these companies raise prices, consumers have limited alternatives. Former US Labor Secretary Robert Reich made it clear, the inflation we are now experiencing is not due to wage gains. It is due to increase in corporate profits, and it's excessive profits that need to be controlled. In other words, it's not about higher wages driving up costs, it's about companies choosing to squeeze more profit from each sale. Washington Congresswoman Kim put it succinctly, they're just keeping prices high because they can, and she's not alone in this view. Up to 80% of consumers are concerned about corporate price gouging. That's a significant number of people who feel the pinch and see through the justifications. So what does this all mean for you? When you're standing in the grocery aisle, shocked by the price tags, remember, it's not just about supply and demand, climate change, or supply chain issues. A significant part of it is companies deciding to make more money simply because they can. Alright, we've covered a lot. Supply chains are a mess, climate's acting up, and some companies are getting greedy. But what does this mean for you? Well, experts say grocery prices might only dip slightly in 2024, so we've got to get smart about shopping. Here's the deal, you can't control global events, but you can control how you spend. Try buying in bulk, it can save you up to 40%. Try buying store brands, they're often way cheaper. Use those loyalty programs, they add up. Plan your meals around what's on sale. Look, grocery shopping isn't getting easier anytime soon, but with these tips, you can stretch your dollar further. And if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment, and look out for more videos on personal finance, economics, and tech. Thank you very much.